I was diagnosed with my blindness when I was 6 months old. I had a great childhood. I was born in Namibia and then moved to South Africa when I was a year and a half old, because when I was diagnosed as blind, those were the days when the doctors gave you a prognosis, and it was sort of having a disability was the end of the world. So it was like, well, she's got a vision condition, the prognosis is bad, she's not going to get her sight back or get sight restored. She'll need to go to a special school for the blind, which is in South Africa. I had my personal peer support around me because everybody else were blind or vision impaired. So I had a great childhood. Right now we're at the outside of the Blind Foundation. There's the old Jubilee building site, the historic site, and of course there's the new building. This is where the Blind Foundation used to be way back in the 1800s and up to now. This is also the agency that helped me to get Western and helped me with items such as computer training and distribute talking books to me. In the mid-90s, my sister and her husband were recruited to come and work here. I was the only family member left from our small unit, really, and I've just completed my university studies. I struggled to find a job in the area that I got qualifications for, and I thought, look, it's as good a time as any to explore coming. Not too long after I moved to New Zealand, I joined some blind sports clubs in Auckland, and I met Gary at the Auckland Blind Sports and Recreation Club, where we played blind cricket and goalball. Oh, he was there for the cricket and I was for the drinks. My role at the moment is I'm a specialist advisor at Auckland Council. I'm the key contact and disability portfolio holder. And so most of the aspects to do with how can we make our services more accessible to disabled people, how can we do more community engagement to see what people want, deaf people, blind people, those with mobility impairments. I travel mostly for almost a secondary job that I'm doing. I've been asked by the World Blind Union to be the strategic lead on access to the environment and transport. You know, many people go on trips where they, it's a lot of temples and things, whereas I think sometimes it's just finding something that is more tactile, like I visited a real Mongolian gear, and then of course buying one that's made of the skin and the felt, that that you've got a bit of a replica of a house they were in, or and something with a lot of history, like the masu, the Japanese drinking vessels from way back where they had. I mean, that is so. I mean, I've got modern sake glasses too, but these ones are so nice and old when they tell you the story of in the days of poverty and war, where they had the sake inside and the salt on the top, so you sort of had your drinking and eating vessel at the same time. Here we are at Elliott Street. It is one of our central business district shared spaces that we've developed. So we created what was called a tactile delineator, and made up of stones. Sometimes it can be made up of concrete. You can actually make it quite nice, have quite nice kind of stone. It's meant to be a tactile indicator for the people to feel with their cane or their feet or their shoes, to feel that they actually, this is telling you that if you're gonna carry on from here on, cars may be there as well. We promote this throughout the rest of the country, and even internationally. I've been presenting in international forums on safe design and inclusive shared spaces. I've got so many goals still. I'd really love to promote accessibility and inclusive services more, whether it's locally here in Parnell or in Auckland or across New Zealand or across the world, and just, you know, trying to get society more equitable and build the awareness of what's around.